Hey, it's Krysta. Welcome back to this 7-day morning yoga mini series. I'm so excited that you are here today and ready to start your day off with yoga. Today is day 5 and we will be working deep into the hips today. So grab 2 blocks and your mat and let's go. We'll begin our class today just in a seat back on the heels. So go ahead and rest your hands on top of your thighs. Roll your shoulders down the back, lift your heart, take a nice deep breath in, and a big exhale, let it go. And just starting to find your way onto your mat, greeting the day. Take another big inhale, and a big exhale. Blink your eyes open, interlace your fingers, flip the palms out in front of you, reaching the chest forward, reaching those fingers forward, and then reach your hands all the way up overhead. Shoulders come down the back, keep extending, and then take a little itty bitty side body stretch over to the right side, doesn't have to be big at all. Come back to center, over to the left. And then reach all the way back up, maybe lean back slightly. And release that. You can shake out the hands. If this is uncomfortable, you can always sit on a block or change the way you're sitting, maybe sit in your Sukhasana. Either way, drop the left hand down to the left side. Inhale, right arm high. And place that right hand across the outside of the left ear. And just take a little bit of pressure, reaching the right ear down to the right shoulder. Can turn your gaze up or down, just stretching out across the neck. And then release what you have, switching sides. Right hand comes down. Inhale, left arm high. Place that hand across the right ear. Gentle pressure down, tipping the gaze up or down. And then release that. Interlace your fingers. Place the hands at the nape of your neck and reach your chin down toward your chest. And of course, you can tilt your head to the left or to the right. Finding that sweet spot. And then release your hands down. Let your head get heavy and just start to roll your neck in one direction. Really big circles. Getting out all those little pops and cracks. And then switch the direction. Come all the way back to center, shoulders come up to the ears, and let them fall away. From here, you can remove that block if you have it. Come onto your hands and knees. Take a round or two of your cat-cow. So inhale, belly drops, heart opens up. And then as you exhale, round through the spine, push the floor away. Inhale, belly drops. Maybe you send some other kind of movement into your spine. And rolling it back up, pushing the ground away. Come back to neutral. And then take your right leg, reach it all the way out to the right side. So the foot is flat on the ground, right leg's long. Sink your hips back toward that left heel. You can tuck your left toes under here. Maybe come down onto your forearms. So you're just pressing the hips back. You should really feel that stretch through the inner right thigh. And then come all the way back up. Same thing on the other side. So right knee comes underneath the hip. And then extend the left leg long. And then we're just pressing the hips back. Maybe lowering down to the forearms. And then coming back up, place those hands down. Left knee comes under. Take one more round cat-cow. Come back to neutral. And then widen the knees just a touch. Inhale, the right arm lifts. Exhale as you slide that right arm all the way underneath. Come down onto the shoulder. Your head can drop heavy. And you can either take the left hand, drop it across the low back, or what I like to do is walk that hand over to the opposite corner of the mat. Just rotating open. And then lower that left hand back down. Press into the palm. Right arm sweeps high. Lower the hand. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, slide that arm underneath. Come down onto the shoulder. Again, you can move that right hand. And then release that right hand back down. Press into the palm. Left arm sweeps open. Lift the heart. Lower the hand back down. Take one more round cat-cow. Inhale, belly falls, heart opens. And exhale, round through the spine. Come back to neutral. From here, toes tuck under. Lift the knees, sits bones, press back, downward facing dog. Full steady inhales and full complete exhales. Inhale, right away we're going to reach that right leg up behind. And then as you exhale, step that foot in between the hands. You can lower the back knee down, untuck the back toes. Hips are going to square forward as you reach your arms up. If that's too deep, take the hands down to your blocks or the front thigh. Either way, press your hip bones forward. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, lower the hands down. Pick up the back knee. Reach it up. High lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, spin the back heel down. Open warrior two. Nice full deep breath in. As you exhale, hands come together in front of your heart. We're going to straighten out the front leg. Turn your right toes to the long edge of the mat. Turn your left toes out slightly. And then bend to the right knee as you sink your hips back. Skandasana. So maybe the right foot is flat. Maybe your heel is coming up. Either way is fine. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Reaching your heart forward. And then keeping the hands down, we're just going to lift the hips and then walk it over to the left side. Nice big stretch through those hips. This time, pick it back up. Stay up. Feet are going to turn so both of them are pointing to the long edge of the mat. And then fold over. You might place the hands down onto the floor. You might even grab hold of your big toes in your yoga toe grip, and then finding a flat back and folding over so the elbows are pulling out to the sides, shoulders away from the ears, head is super heavy. And from here, release the grip, find your flat back again, lengthen through the spine. And then go ahead and turn your right toes forward. Walk your hands around to frame the front foot. You're just going to press back right into down dog. Big breath in. And a big breath out. This time, left leg lifts up. Step that foot in between your hands. You can lower the right knee down. Untuck the toes as you press your hips forward. Lift through the heart. Big stretch here. Lower the hands to the ground for stability as you tuck your right toes under. Lift the knee and sweep your arms up. Nice big high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, right heel finds the ground, warrior two. And then from that warrior two, straighten out that front leg, hands at your heart. Left toes turn toward the long edge of the mat. Right toes turn out slightly. We're bending into the left knee this time, sinking the hips back, maybe stretching those arms out in front. I think it helps to intensify the stretch a little bit. It feels really good. And then switching sides, keeping those hands down, lift the hips. We'll walk it over to the right side. Lift those hips one more time, and then turn both of your feet to the long edge of the mat and just fold over. You can take a rag doll here if that feels good, or again, just place the hands down. Just finding length, not just in the hamstrings, but also in the spine here. Getting all this good fresh blood down into the head. Walking your hands back out, find that flat back, lengthen. And then walk your hands out to frame the left foot. Toes are going to turn to the front. We're just stepping back. Downward facing dog. Full inhale right here. And full exhale. Come down onto your knees. You're going to walk your hands to the long edge of the mat. Turn your body to the long edge of the mat. If you're on a hard surface, I recommend taking your mat and folding it up lengthwise so you have an extra layer of padding. Or if you have a blanket, that's also going to work. But you want something long under your knees because we are going to be on our knees. So walk your hands out in front of your mat on the long edge. And then take your knees nice and wide. Flex your feet so toes are pointing in on opposite directions. Come down onto your forearms. From here, we're going to press the hips back toward the heels. So the deeper you press your hips back, the deeper the stretch is going to become. So just breathe. This can be really, really intense. Make sure here that the shins are parallel to each other, so they're not angling all the way in or angling all the way out. Take a few more breaths. I know it can be intense. If you need a break, just come out for a moment, come right back in. Take one more breath here. And then from here, you're going to come down to your forearms and just lower to your hips, extend your legs all the way back, and just wiggle your hips out. All right, from here, come back up. We're going to come into our down dog again. So come back to your mat, toes tuck under, lift those hips nice and high. Take a big breath in, big exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts open through your hips, stacking them, roll around the knee, the hip, and the ankle. And then begin to straighten it out as you shift forward right into your half pigeon pose. So the knee and the shin can come down. Back leg lengthens. Inhale, lift through your heart. And then exhale, we're lowering down. So you might take your hands, stacking them, letting your forehead come down. And just focus your attention on the breath. Noticing the rise and fall. And just staying present. If you want to go deeper here, you're going to come back up onto your hands and then start to bend the left knee. You can catch your foot behind you with that left hand and slowly draw that foot closer towards you. So getting a big stretch through the hip flexor and through the quad, opening up, feeling really good. I think that is like such a great stretch. especially in the morning. Just getting rid of any kind of stiffness in the body. And then we'll slowly, mindfully release that foot back down. Take the palms down, tuck your back toes under, sweep the right leg behind you, just kind of roll it around again. Open it up, and come back into your down dog. Inhale this time, left leg lifts. Exhale, shift it through right into your half pigeon, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. So back leg lengthens. Come on to your fingertips, lift your heart open up, and come down. Full steady inhales and full steady exhales. If this is deep enough for you, just stay. If you want to go deeper, come back up, bending that right knee, catching that foot behind you, and working that foot closer towards you, really stretching through the quad and the hip flexor. And then slowly release that foot down. Take the palms down, tuck the right toes under, sweep the left leg high, roll it around. Place the foot back down. Downward facing dog, take a big inhale. Bigger exhale. Come down onto your knees. From here, you're going to grab your blocks. You're going to take them a little bit wider than your shoulders, just like an inch wider, not much, than shoulder width, sorry. And then lower your elbows down, place the palms to touch, walk your knees back. From here, chest is going to press down, let your forehead come down, and then reach your thumbs back toward the back of the neck. So if your forehead is on the ground, you may want to go deeper and come to the highest height of the blocks. Keep in mind that the higher you go on the block level, the more wobbly those blocks become. So just really sinking the chest through, getting a big stretch in the shoulders. And then we'll slowly, mindfully come back up, taking those blocks out of the way, off to the side. And you can take your hands together, interlace your fingers, and just kind of roll your wrist around. And get all those pops and cracks out. I don't know if you can hear mine through my mic. And then just shake those wrists out. All right, so go ahead and lower down onto your back. And you have two options here with your feet. You can either take your feet together and the knees apart, maybe supporting them with blocks, or the feet apart and the knees together. So you go ahead and choose what works best for you. And then once you find that placement of the legs, you're going to take one hand over the heart and the other on top of your belly. Have a little subtle tuck of the shoulders underneath the body. Close your eyes. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Let it go. And then we're going to do some breath work here. So we're going to fill the belly up for 5 counts. We're going to hold at the top, just pausing. We're going to exhale for a count of 5, and then pause in that emptiness. And then we're going to do the same thing over again. So just repeating that. So begin to exhale all of the air out of your body. Slow inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause at the top. Exhale slowly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhaling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Repeat it twice on your own. So releasing that, come back to your natural breath. And then we're going to come down into Shavasana. So you can stay here with the blocks under the knees, or the knees bent and feet down if that feels good. Or just remove your props, lay all the way down on your back, letting your arms extend. And just finding some stillness. Begin to bring awareness back into your body. And start to send some movement and life back into the fingers, the toes, the wrists, the ankles. Can stretch up, lengthen the spine. And then roll to your side. Cradling your knees into your chest. And then pressing yourself up. Finding a comfortable, easy seat. Take a moment here just to thank yourself for choosing to practice. And take your hands together in front of your heart. Thank you so much for sharing your own practice with me this morning. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.
Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. I hope you feel looser, calmer, and ready for the day. Make sure that you don't forget to listen to today's bonus video. It's a 5-minute guided body scan meditation to get your mind and body in sync, because when our minds and bodies are in tune with each other, we are able to generate more focus and direction in our lives. Have a great day, my friend, and I will see you tomorrow morning.